I was made to fight wars for my clan by my sire, Arden of the Golden Lane. I was made first a ghoul, as is the tradition of the pyramid, as is the tradition of the Code of Tremere, to serve, to prove myself worthy of further advancement. As a commander, I think I did well in an impossible war. A war where we were expected to fight both the Magi of the Hermetic Order on one front and the Tzimisce fiends who considered us to be robbers for taking that which was our destiny, the blood of Caine. This two-front war was never winnable, and so we diminished. We diminished until our great leaders, our great council, went and begged the human emulating Ventrue and Toreador for the right to continue to exist, for the very continuance of our immortality, which we took and remade in its newest and greatest form. My sire tells me that my purpose now is to help him to fortify the area around Chaoris, so that we may maintain this ancient heart of our clan, our pyramid, our code, the place where we grew into our greatness. But why maintain this place if the heart of what we are is already fallen? If the new children are being taught to worship mankind and to fear their nature? No. Now that the war with the Magi is over, there is only one proper direction for our clan, and I will push that direction even if I have to defy the council themselves. For their own sake, we must restore the code. We must prove what we have always known, that the top of our great pyramid is the pinnacle of all vampire kind. I wish and hope that I can convince the others to follow. But those who will not follow me into this future will either need to destroy me or be destroyed by me, because the code of our kind, the code of House and Clan Tremere, asks nothing less than service unto death to our clan, our founder, our house. Hello and welcome, friends. We are here once again in a new modded playthrough, one of two modded playthroughs that we're going to be starting up here about now, one in Princes of Darkness and one Return to After the End. It's the compromise that I wanted to do. I tried a whole bunch of other stuff and I just realized this is what I like, and so I should just get back to what I like. It's what I want to do, so I'm going to do it. The first game is going to be a Tremere game. We're playing this game right now, Princes of Darkness. I've come up with a unique character, Magistrix Ecatarina. Now, Ecatarina here has been highly modified. She is very much a custom character. She is, of course, got a unique backstory, and that backstory is basically as the another thing is we're paying 1510. So we are playing the Rise of the Sects, I think is what it's called. The Camarilla Sabbat bookmark here. We're playing this because I thought it would be fun to just do something different, right? We got several ages worth of innovations ahead of us, and some stuff behind us that's not completed as well. High medieval, late medieval, dark fantastic. Yep, so this will give us an opportunity to move further in the future than we oftentimes get to. We could see lots of interesting developments take place. Also, we have the Camarilla and the Sabbat fighting for prominence. But we are here playing in Eastern Europe. We are playing in the part of Transylvania that's in Wallachia, as opposed to the part of Wallachia that's in Transylvania. So this is the Duchy of Transylvania, right? This is also the Kingdom of Transylvania, but because Vlad Dracul the Impaler happens to be the king of Wallachia, he holds the title of the King of Wallachia, which is down here. And we are the Transylvanian Alps. All makes perfect sense, right? This all makes perfect sense. So what is our story? Well, we were once a mage. Magitrix Ecatarina was once a mage. She was adequate, but the only mages in the community that she grew up in were Tremere, and the Tremere don't have a good relationship with women. It's well known. Their traditional symbol is literally the male icon with a square added to it. And so she knew that she was never going to be able to train her talents if she didn't find some compromise. And the compromise she found was that she pretended to be a man. She spent her youth pretending to be a male wizard, learning to fight with a sword, becoming strong, becoming exceptional. Romance preference and her eccentric nature made it a lot easier for her to validate playing the role of being a man. She became a great and respected ghoul commander in the war against the Tremere. In the ending days of the war against the Tzimisce. But by the time she was embraced, that war was basically already finished. The Tremere had lost most of their power, and they had more or less withdrawn back away from their homeland in Eastern Europe into their strongest remaining chantry here in Vienna. Territory ceded to them by the Ventru, who now controlled much of the territory that was previously held by the Tzimisce. Now, the Tzimisce's antediluvian have died, and of course, our poor failed our poor successful Mikavikos is now the Archbishop of the Old Country, a powerful Sabbat Emperor, and there's a lot of holdouts, non-Sabbat Tzimisce, still, as they've always been, in conflict with each other, in conflict with everyone around them, and much weakened. During this time of upheaval, King Vlad Dracula the Impaler here rose and made himself into a vampire not that long ago, and he now tries to hold on to the kingdom of Wallachia in spite of the fact he is a vampire and more powerful vampires hold the territory that he once considered his own. And our sire, Prince Arden of the Golden Lane, is the guardian of Caoris, the great home of Clan Tremere. The great and powerful place from which the Tremere came from. He holds it with a command from the Inner Circle, who have demanded that he focus all of his attention on making sure that the clan does not lose possession of Great Caoris and its magical prowess. But he had a bit of a plan of his own. He wanted to regain some of that territory and make himself great amongst his brethren, and in order to do that, he would have to both obey the Inner Council while expanding his territory and strength. In order to do that, he picked one of his commanders, Ecatarina, who at the time was still posing as a man, and embraced her. Upon her embrace, she revealed her true self, and he was not in the least bit concerned because she had proven herself to be such a great warrior that the question of her gender was no longer one of significance. While the Tremere are rare to make exceptions for women, they always make exceptions for exceptional ones. And some of the greatest Tremere have been those exceptions. And now that she had shown herself to be a great commander, he wanted her on her team regardless of how she was born. And so we have our Magus. Her immediate response to her new position of power as his war master was to take the last gargoyles that were produced in the region and to use them to conquer the parts of her sire's duchy that he did not hold, creating a stronghold in all of the Transylvanian Alps for the Tremere, expanding their territory in both directions, robbing this province from Vlad Dracul, and robbing this province from the Hammer of the Tremere, a powerful Tzimisce killer of her kind. These early battles were successful mostly because she still had a great army of gargoyles to use, but that army has decayed. Unable to regenerate it at the speed that the Tremere once could, it has now been forced down to a single small unit of gargoyles, which, although is still able to refresh itself and possibly even grow to a small degree, it may be impossible at this point to ever regain the ability to create more gargoyles. She also has a unit of ghouls granted to her again by her sire for the purpose of her conquests, and they form up her army, the literal only thing that she has that prevents her from just being immediately overtaken by her neighbors. Her sire being overtaken by their neighbors. She is loyal to her sire because she is one of the few remaining non-Camarilla Tremere. She is still on the code of the Tremere. And she holds to the code very strongly. I don't know yet whether or not she's going to move towards the more humane version of the Tremere, the Camarilla of the future, the twisted but still humanity-based Camarilla vampiric compromise, or if she's going to try to rebuild her own pocket of the Tremere. Her relationship with her sire is going to be what determines that, to a large degree. If she has trouble with him, she may overthrow him, take Chaos for herself, and try to build a Tremere stronghold here and expand out into the territory around her, possibly uniting all of the kingdom of Wallachia, robbing Vlad Tepes of his title, which he holds no de jure territory of, to be clear. He's very usurpable because he holds none of it. Hard to hold a kingdom title when you hold none of it. Alright, so where are we going to go from here? Well, we've explained the basic thing, and I probably did an intro that explained it even more. We're going to have to try to find ourselves some... I don't know. We don't have a lot of people we can use. Because our territories are actually Code Tremere. Now, I expanded Code Tremere by one domain in this direction so that the entire Carpathian Alps are already Code Tremere at the beginning of the game. I also gave us some starting traits, 5 perk points in education. So I gave her up to enduring hardships in martial, and we're gonna do martial for now. So that this is annoying. And then we're also going to be working on thaumaturgy. I gave her 2 points of potence here, lethal body and soaring leap, to show her long time as a ghoul. And yeah, here we are. I'm thinking, what am I thinking here? I am thinking that we should start where you always start, and that is throwing out any mares we don't need and trying to find if there's anyone that we can marry off my court. So we have a few innocents. Innocents can definitely marry. Most of our vampires won't be able to marry, although this wanderer, this feral, could marry. I don't know how much influence I would have over her, though, this gangrel. Let's see what we can do here. Could you bring... Now, I'm wondering if this is changed in a way. Because during my testing, when I did a marriage, the person didn't move. I wonder if that's actually how it works now, because that would be interesting. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. I love the fact that he's a famous champion. No, she's here now. That's fine. So she is the right education type. She is a misguided warrior, but she is a warrior, which is enough. So we're going to put her in as our marshal. Good. And we want to land her someplace because I think that might be a good idea. We have an actual okay chancellor of all things. An 8 isn't tragically bad either. Although we have an 11, which is much better than an 8. So I guess he's going to be doing this job. She's our spy master at a champion. As for steward here, I wonder if we can marry in a steward. I think we will start by ghouling her. And as I said, we want to see if we can marry in a steward. So let's see. There's this Syriac lady. Bring her in. That's going to give me a starting place, at least. He wants me to become his marshal, obviously. I should be his marshal. If I'd thought it through, I would have just set myself as his marshal before we started. But, you know, it was almost inevitable that he was going to give it to us. And we're going to have to look at our people. So this is a Toreador. He's not great. This guy is a Tremere on the Code of Tremere. He's also a lunatic. Let's set the inner circle aside here, but we finished what we were already starting to do. We're gonna make her our steward. Should I be ghouling them, or should I be just embracing them right away? The Tremere are usually pretty serious about their embraces. On the other hand, we are in a pretty dastardly situation, right? Like, I don't think we need to need to ghoul them right away. But if we're going to eventually embrace them, we probably shouldn't land them, because we don't want them to learn. If they run away as ghouls, we can always pull them back though. So this is the inner circle. This is a Tremere mechanic. Normally, it's basically non-existent during this tab because there's very, very few people on this path anymore. But because we're on the path, it still exists. And of course, the most powerful Tremere are all on the inner circle, as they should be. Not necessarily the most powerful, to be fair. The most significant within the clan. That's a better way of thinking of it. They're definitely the most significant. So we are going to need to... We're going to need to make a herd. We're not going to be able to be very selective about it because we're pretty much going to have to put in the people we have. I am going to take a... Oh, God. I'm going to pretend I didn't look at that. I wonder if I can generate court physician? Should I generate a court physician? I just don't have any money for it, is the thing. I'm not exactly rich, but it could be worth it if we find somebody who's reasonably cheap. Once this Ghoulify is finished, I'll also Ghoulify the steward. Maybe I should Ghoulify their spouses as well, which could be useful. Court physician. So this person is... I mean... She's actually good. Screw it. We're gonna take it. We want the court physician because we want the help the court physician can give us with our lifestyle experience. Now it's only 2%, so it's not that big a deal. But still, we're gonna do it. Dynasty had changed. Huh. I don't know why it was her. It should have been Etrus the whole time. Election for the title heir. It should be me. Yeah, I mean, it should be mine if my sire dies. I'm gonna create an accolade as well. Let me see. Any alternatives? Valiant? Valiant is good. I could do Valiant Blood Reaver. Right? Yeah? Okay, Valiant Blood Reaver. I'm into that. Oh, we already have another person who's, like, perfectly good at doing it. He doesn't like me very much. At all. He doesn't like me at all. We should figure out if any of these people would be better off. So you... hate me because you think you have a right to be on the council in spite of the fact you're terrible. It's not you that hates me. One of these other guys. You're on the council already. That's not my territory. You're on the council. Yes, no. You are not on the council and you think you should be. You're just not good enough. A loyal retainer. So we have made our very first ghoul. Your service will be rewarded. All right. Let's vampire, werewolf, Quijin, and we need advanced thaumaturgy. I think advanced thaumaturgy might also let us restore our ghouls. So let's just see what we got here. No headwear. There. That's fine. Let's ghoulify the other person here. Let's ghoulify you. Don't know how many ghouls I'm going to be able to maintain. We're going to need to start working on our, we're going to need to start working on our herd as well. We basically should just herdify everybody who can be herdified, right? We don't have a lot of choices here. We could... start by herdifying her, which is good. And then let's create a coterie. I will create a new coterie. We'll just stick with the basic. We need to find, I don't know, adequate vampires to join us from within our court or our vassals. So we have this guy. I mean, he's not good. We have this Tremere Baroness here. She's okay. So let's invite her to the coterie. We have this woman who hates us. And we have this guy. He's our spy master, the Toreador. I think we're gonna invite him to the coterie as well. Needs to be 50 opinion. I can probably fix that pretty fast. I can also demand his conversion. I think what we're gonna do instead is just sway him. See if there's any other interesting people, courtiers. There was that previous person, the failed spy master. You're terrible. You're really terrible. Yeah, you're terrible. I guess you were the failed spy master, weren't you? You should convert. It would be best for us both if you just convert. Alright, well, I think maybe we get rid of you? I can't just throw people away. I did that on purpose. I did that on purpose. I made everything hard on myself on purpose by making myself just. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm so just. Oh, no. Also, you lose legitimacy for this now, which is another thing that can push this hard in the other direction. Like, it's harder to do this than it once was. If we... Yeah. So we're not in a great place for that right now. Now let's see what we should do with our sire here. Not gonna adopt his faith. All he has is one section of the Book of Nod. We're not doing that. I could learn his language. I could attempt to steal gold from him. But no. We're good for now. Let's just let our let our money tick down, put ourselves back on fast speed, and start to get really underway. We need a herd for sure. Overtaxation causes banditry. Yeah, that's not a thing. Oh, we should station our men-at-arms. We have a chantry building here for our gargoyles, and we will put our ghouls right there. Seems good to me. Potential alliances we could try. He won't do it. Neither will he. So none of our relatives will have an alliance with us. That kind of makes sense. We can claim our liege's title, but we're not doing that. Not right now. We're still loyal at this point, right? There's a plague near here. It's not really going to affect us that much. Although we can get plagued, I assume. There are lots of wars going down all around us. So he's much weaker than he was originally, but so am I. I feel like something has fouled our levies. We should be probably training commanders here. We could try to push our culture. So, what happened here? Oh, I suppose the logical thing happened, right? You held no true titles, so your strange kingdom collapsed. That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, realistically. I think early on we're gonna have to invest in military because that's literally the only thing we can do. We might want to, whoops. Might want to look at our marriables. Maybe try to get one more warrior. Is worthwhile. You wanna find a spouse? On prowess? Yeah, as suspected, there's literally nobody. The only other possibility is... Well, we're gonna have to find ways to attract people to our court, right? Like, that's just a thing we're gonna have to do, because we can't do much of anything as things are right now. But the explosion of this territory in the north definitely means that we can prey on the weakness of our northern neighbors. This is Mitru the Hunter. He is actually a pretty significant gangrel. His military is ostensibly stronger than ours. Our units are better. He has an ally. Where's his ally? She's pretty far away. I think we need to just save a bit first. Try to get ourselves a decent military. Oh yeah, that's nice. Just wow, 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 wow. Okay. Everybody around here is much weaker than they once were. That's at least a little bit comforting. You know, the fact that everybody's so much weaker. House Unity changed. We should be hunting. So let's hunt for peasants. There's no reason that we shouldn't be on hunting journeys like all the time. Now, I don't think the Code of Tremere cares about killing humans. Dabbler accepted, Frenzy, Ghoul Vassalization, Special Doctrines. Yes, that's all from that. We are, of course, a blood cult, so we are not normal on the Masquerade. Yeah, we'll see how it goes when we try to eat people. Ecstatic peasantry. The peasants in the county of Tabalabuti are in a good mood. The harvest is bountiful, the roads are safe, and the village elders are telling nonsensical stories of cows producing honey-laden milk. So free money. Yeah, if the peasants want to give me free money, they can give me free money. Now, it's going to cost me 11 more gold to increase the gargoyles. So soon we'll increase the gargoyles, and that should give us some strength. We're going to increase the gargoyles to cap before we get the ghouls or anything else. On the hunt. On the hunt. I will hunt him. Take his blood. I will continue to hunt on peasants. So let me see. 10% Masquerade increase. He's killed by me. I'm not really concerned about anything else that I see here. So we have successfully hunted for our very first time. It's glorious. And the Bruja are doing one of their weird parties. That being said, it does feel like the kind of thing I would actually care about. Because, you know, I do have the heart of a warrior, right? They're all terrible. I guess it's you, even though you're really bad. Suppose I probably should take mercenaries. Seems to have cleared most of the area up. Let's customize our route. Head here. Head here. I suppose we can head here. Avoiding that. I want to see if we go this way. Do we still make it in time? Yeah, we do. Alright, so then upon leaving, suppose we can like go down here, right? Up here. It's gonna be a hell of a dangerous journey, but you know, we gotta learn as much as we can about the places where we live, right? I suppose on the way back we should go around this way. This is an extraordinarily dangerous journey, but we're going to do it anyway. Because that's the kind of brave person we are. We're not going to worry about how dangerous the journey is. Warrior wounded in training. And let's go! Tremere's Pride, Caoris. So we have visited Caoris. Visitors or attackers must approach Caoris from the treacherous, heavily fortified foothills to the south. Unnatural rain, fog, and storms shield the valley while guardsmen patrol day and night. The trail ends up in a steep incline to the gates of Caoris. It is sufficiently rocky and windy to prevent the hauling of siege weapons to attack the chantry. Huge rocks rolled by gargoyles provide ideal ambush spots for the defenders. The approaching visitor sees nothing but fog and hears nothing but howling winds. It is a vast shaft of black rock jutting up from a man-made plateau. Its surface is unmarred by decorations, only dozens of long, narrow windows, now bricked up and sealed over with lead sheeting, interrupt the perfect sheerness of its vertical surface. 8 towers rise up from the structure's bulk, acting as decoys, as none of them give entrance to Chaos itself. A couple of them burst into flames when weight is applied on it. Tremere can't easily stop their theatrical impulses, it seems. A great chasm rings the chantry, with only the narrowest of bridge to traverse it. Finally, the gatehouse is the last obstacle, protected by seasoned soldiers and the fiercest gargoyles. Even if they were to be defeated, powerful magical traps await the stubborn invader. At the gatehouse finally lies Chaos itself, heart and soul of the soulless Tremere. Impressive to say the least, yes, for sure. Oh, and this is the monastery lair of the Tzimisce. I'm not going to read it today because we're going to go over these places probably lots of times, and I would prefer to not read them all at once. Yeah, it's way too much stress for me. I'm not hanging out here. Of travels to come. So this man is giving me an omen. He is an innocent, but he's also a wise man. Let's see what he has to say. The travels bode well. Good. Pyramidal scheme. When you were working on another matter, you recently found some dirt on a counselor. Nothing too big, but enough to put a dent in their influence. If this sensible information was to go public, this would likely cause a rift between you and them, however, and you can instead consider delivering the information directly to them instead to gain some goodwill out of this affair. I can forget this indiscretion, which I think I will, because I'm not ready yet to put myself as judge over the council. It's not the first time I catch my caravan leader Angela fiddling along with some flowers she's been picking off. She's fallen in love with this dude here. I can bring him along. He is a terrible knight, and he's a terrible physician. He's not useful for anything, except maybe to eat off of, which we should consider possibly doing. Come on. Come along so we can eat you later. A duel demanded. This guy, he is terrible, like they always are. But again, gathering more people is a great way to gather more people, because we're gonna have to eat lots of people, right? Grotesque creatures. So he's talking about a book in which he read about some strange creatures. He is a brouhaha. I don't really take his ideas seriously, but you know, I am going to humor him. Maybe he does know something. Learning is what the Tremere do best, even if it's not my nature. They must be somewhere. We're going to become obsessed with the grotesques. And we are going to continue to travel. We're absolutely going to become obsessed with them. They have to exist. They have to exist. So this guy wants to feed us some mare's milk. We don't really eat. Now, I could hire him. That would start me learning his language, which would drop my current thing. And we would gain a Turkic warband. Does have a lot of interesting and useful stuff, but I don't think we're going to do it. Yeah, I mean, it's human food. It's absolutely repulsive. Like, really repulsive. Oh, so this bald brouhaha is setting us up for an event. So we have nothing, so I'm going to give it my all on the archery event. Contestants in archery games are expected to come with their own bows, which has led to a small but thriving community of bow makers taking residence near the Pangaria. Many vampires don't use bows, usually, so they buy one of those proposed by the artisans before the contest. Even those few Canites coming with their own weapon will are likely to have it checked before the game begins to make sure it's in perfect condition. A common bow will suffice? Yeah, I don't want to spend too much on it. On the hunt. Unfortunately, I can't hunt right now. Okay, so this guy here won. He's amazingly strong. Okay, this is the Heralds and Trumpeters. So this is the poetry readings, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna not push myself in the poetry readings because I'm not good at it. This guy's won again. Wow, this guy. Who are you? Where do you come from? You are an Assamite? You are from the Kingdom of Georgia, so you are the Assamite King of Georgia. All right. I should say, you are... I can't remember what they're called now. Banu Hakim, that's what they're called. The classic of classics, wrestling. Yeah, we're gonna give our all for the wrestling. No, we'll be fine. We've been overwhelmed by stress, so we can fight her. We can either show off our true capabilities, or we can lose in order to hide our tactics. I'll spend 100 prestige, but I will increase my chance of winning. I have prestige already. Alright, this guy's won. This is the Tremere killer who literally lives right next to me. Not so great. Glory to the victor. Yeah, we're not doing so good. I'm just gonna go with the regular amount. Sway, misunderstanding. It's all a big misunderstanding. We don't need to continue this sway. We've swayed him enough. I would like to invite him to my coterie, though, which was the plan the entire time. So this guy, this Bruja, this Greek Bruja, has won the duel. I think we're gonna rest for the board game. Children know how to play this game. No. I'm gonna give him some help. I'm not gonna mock him. Montano has won. Glorious. I think we're also gonna take it easy during the I don't think we're very good at this. Look at this horse. I don't know why my horse is red and green. I think it's because of the color matching thing. We're no longer overwhelmed by stress. Yeah, we're just gonna de-stress from this. She won. This Sabat. Alright. I'm not sure that journey was worth it, but you know, you gotta get out, right? You can't be home all the time. Travel, derelict ship. Obviously we investigate, obviously. Danger, stormy weather. Trust the captain. If I do it myself, 58% chance that nobody dies. I'm gonna do it myself. Many entourage members died. Okay, so like basically a bunch of people fell overboard, including the captain. That's not great. We needed him. Yeah, and this is Kronos' Labyrinth. We will read this on another time. We'll definitely be here again. Hell on Earth. Yeah, it's a lot of stress. We don't need the stress. We're not going to be deeply examining that place. Ooh. Travel dangerous interests. Every morning since we reached Thebes, my court chaplain, Emeria, leaves his litter. Okay, so what are you doing? So you are talking to this guy. What are you doing? There's no room for calmness here. Draw your sword. Yeah, absolutely. What are you thinking? Can't just join the Camarilla on the first opportunity you get. All right, we're supposed to be outsiders. You can't just, like, first guy comes along and you're all like, I'm Camarilla now. Local captain, so study in martial. Wouldn't mind some sparring. What is that? Contraption, 50% chance for lifestyle experience. I think we're gonna do this. So this dwarf here needs out of his armor. I'm gonna just pay him because he's no good. We don't need him. Respected warriors. Trained in warrior culture for 5 years? Yeah, we would do that for sure. Wolf struggle. I mean, she doesn't strictly speaking deserve my help, but I am brave and I would like to kill the wolf. Beat the wolf. I'm so wounded. I probably should actually just, you know, get rid of that. Mad Prophet. I think we're gonna just ignore this madman. We're not out here to help other people keep their stress down. We're out here to keep our stress down. Danger, mortal wars. Just avoid them. Hire more locals to speed things up? No. War. Let me join, yes. For sure, we're gonna join in the war because that's who we are. Probably when the strange knight commander comes down and leads them to victory, they're gonna be quite, shocked by how good I am. Okay. I would like rough terrain expert more, but I will be fine with reckless, so we'll take reckless. Danger tempting fruit. Just eat it. I don't care what happens to you. Other people's pastures. Oh, it's a Giovanni. It's Catherine Giovanni. Interesting. I might stick my nose into other people's business, you know, even if I can't. Oh, and I somehow found successful advice. Giving people information that has nothing to do with me. What is this? This is, so we're gonna fight the bull, obviously, because we're stressed. We can't become maimed. We're just too good at it. We're fighting the bull. So this bull is gonna come out with this lady. We're gonna kill it. It's, again, this is not for helping people. This is not for helping people. It's just that when we do it, right, we show our bravery. We show that we're not afraid of things like this. You know? We're not strictly brave, but we are a just commander, so we do want to help people as well, which is important to note. And we're eccentric, so we got some strange beliefs, that's all I gotta say. So these guys are fighting. Surely you two can make amends. I have no chance of making this happen. Yeah, just stop. Under the guise of night. Yeah, we gotta keep going. I mean, we're not home yet. We can't just like not continue the journey. Yes, a detour. Not that I'm afraid. No, I'm not afraid of a ghost story. This will make us delayed by 20 days, which is fine. Pandora, the lair of the hidden. Again, we'll read these. We're gonna probably cross all of these multiple times, so we're gonna pass these. Although, since we can, we'll take the prestige there. Architect's Digest. So this woman is an architect. She can give us an architect's drawing, which would be a decent artifact. Architect, you say? I'll take one of your drawings. Put us a little bit in debt, but could be worth it. I mean, learning and castle construction time? No, I think we're going to take the drawing. Yeah, please stop fighting, okay? We need to get home. Danger, fire in the night. We are walking on the hills late in the day. The darkness comes suddenly, brought by dark clouds above us. Then there is a distant, loud rumble of thunder. Soon there is another, combined with dazzling flash of lightning. And another strike, brightly illuminating the area. The after image burned into my eyes. I blink and see where the lightning has struck. Now, there is a quickly expanding brush fire, and it's spreading towards us. So we could run? I mean, we're not going to try to put the fire out. That's not... We're not crazy. She's severely wounded by the fire. That's no good. It's really, really, really not good. I mean, she's just some mortal, though. Wounded my injured corsets. There's nothing that can be done. Do I even have a doctor? I thought I hired a doctor. Did I not hire a doctor? I guess I didn't even hire a doctor. I was even thinking of hiring a doctor for the extra experience. Chop, chop, chop. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? We get maimed, right? Stress decrease. So that clears all of our stress problems. We'll just hurry on. This poor woman. And we're back home. Nice. So we're going to continue our hunt in the capital. I will drink from this woman. And I will take all of it. That's good. I'm not doing another one of those immediately. But with that, I think we're going to bring this episode to an end. Hopefully, we can quickly get to the point where we can start actually learning some thaumaturgy. You know, using our power. Right now, we're focused on our martial education, and our intent to gain power through thaumaturgy hasn't really been expressed yet, but we do want to. Very close. All of our experience so far has come up in melancholy, a kind of experience we have no use for at this time. We have no obfuscate or fortitude. So that's a thing. We may try to learn fortitude. In fact, we might do that journey at the beginning of next episode. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you join us then as we try to re-establish the strength of the Tremere in their traditional homeland, while the power of the Sabbat and the Camarilla grow and fight for dominance in Europe. Goodbye for now.